Yama be invited, and when I say be invited, I'm not talking writing Vincent Yama's name on the front pages or sending a memo across to the media and saying that we have invited Vincent Yama. No, go to Vincent Yama, sit him down, talk to him, let him see points. This is his country. We need his services. He is still solid. He is still good to go. So as far as I'm concerned, Vincent Yama, if there is any way the Nigerian Football Federation could go about it in a very respectful and let me say VIP, getting expertise to go and talk to him, get him into the team to fortify, to let there be a competition by his actions, by his performance, not by the word. But when he starts playing, there will be no depth from all over this country to say, this guy, this is the number one.
Former Super Eagles goalkeeper Pt.1 is saying enough of the talk on the pages of the newspaper, the media going around saying Vincent Yama should return. He's saying let's bring him back to the team. His experience is valuable. And so we have opened a thread on Twitter and on Facebook. We're asking you, what's your opinion? Do you think Vincent Yama should be allowed to return to the Super Eagles of Nigeria? That one is discussion up for tonight. We'll be reading your tweets. We'll be reading your messages on Facebook. Talk to us. Vincent Yama, former Super Eagles goalkeeper, that's him right there. Do you think he has a place in the Super Eagles? That's the question for tonight. Let's talk sports now. Joining me live in the studio is Austin Popo. He's General Secretary of the National Association of Nigerian Footballers, Professional Footballers. And we're here to talk about, whenever you see Austin Popo, he's here to fight players' welfare. Austin, good to have you on the program.
Me too. Thank you very much.
Okay, so it's a tale of two Austins. Let's talk sports now. I know NANPF, they've written to FIFA's player status department. What are you fighting for this time?
Before I comment on that, let me acknowledge the fact that I really admire your energy. I'm just worried that if you're a striker,
I was going a lot of goals.
Defenders will be having problems.
Thank you.
But back to your question,
yeah.
I think it's something we just need to do because it's a provision in the status, It's been a long journey. It's been a long journey, and unfortunately, we just came to a point that we realized that the NFF, for example, vested with the mandate to do one or two things regarding the issues we are talking about, has not demonstrated goodwill as far as I'm concerned, and they've shown a lot of helplessness in this matter, which is unfortunate. We don't want to go to law court, normal court. We are affiliate of the Nigerian Football Federation, and we don't want to bring football to disrepute. What we're just trying to do is to exhaust the internal mechanism that has been provided by football laws. Regarding this thing has to do with monies, decisions that have been taken by the Player Status Arbitration Committee. And funny enough, if you look at the composition of those committees from 2010, we have two members of the Executive Board of the Nigerian Football Federation, including the players' representative. I'm also a member, including the club representative.
Yeah. That's why I'm waiting for you to land, because if you're a member of this, why are we slacking?
At the end of the day, the committee has done its job since 2010. Not from one administration to the other, nothing has been done. The clubs have failed to comply. The Nigerian Football Federation, who has the mandate to enforce these decisions, the penalties are very clear. They are not something that are easy. And in 2015, these same decisions were revalidated. As I speak with you, nothing has happened. So we just feel that the only option left for us now is to approach FIFA. And don't forget the fact that the rules are very clear. As I speak with you, the foreign players playing in domestic football in Nigeria enjoy this privilege of where, if there's a dispute, FIFA intervenes. And in most cases, we've seen most cases that when FIFA intervenes, these same clubs who say they don't have money to pay will comply. So, but unfortunately for the Nigerian players, the domestic players, they've been having issues with the inability of the NFF to be able to enforce decisions. So we are not telling FIFA,
okay,
your affiliate, your national federation has not demonstrated the willpower, the political power to be able to enforce decisions. So you now advise us what to do. Okay. That is where we are. Because this, you see, for example, in 2015, before the 2015-2016 season kicked off, the NFF wrote letters to the clubs, the NLL, the Nigerian Premier League, that they should not register clubs for that particular season, understand me, who are indebted to players. But what happened? Nothing happened. Even the LMC on its own even wrote letters to some of these clubs that we are not going to allow you play at the end of the day. This is 2016, 2017. So where we are, we don't have any other choice rather to approach FIFA.
Is it a problem with the status? Because I'm trying to understand why a foreigner has a problem, FIFA jumps at it, works properly. Are the statutes designed not to favor our own players?
No, normally left with FIFA. They have, in their own opinion, they feel that they have a national association, a representative who are supposed to enforce those things. If you talk to them, they will tell you it's a national issue. But they've forgotten to realize that, especially the peculiarity of nature of Africa, where you have clubs that are being run by government.
That's right.
And where you have so much power within the clubs that the NFF, I mean, the federation find it difficult to enforce decisions because you cannot even separate the regulator from the operators as it is today. So these are some of the things the FIFA really need to look at and say, look, Africa has a peculiar nature. Just like what happened before the Bosman rule. So we are not saying this is going to be a test case. That is the truth. And definitely we are not stopping at this level. This is just a phase. We also have to go to CAS. We don't get a good response from FIFA. Because, you see, we are not just being honest to these things. For example, recently you are aware that about 240 million was recovered for the clubs. And during that period, we also wrote to the clubs, look, part of this money you're going to have, pay the players and coaches. As I speak, none of them even comply.